Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Did you see that trailer?
No, I'm afraid I did not, sir.
Oh, there's a Guardians of the Galaxy trailer where they played Suffragette City, and they played that clip right before they jumped out of the plane or out of the spaceship.
Okay.
I just thought that was a great way to start that review.
All right. Because that is what we are reviewing.
Yeah.
Right? Here
Spoiler.
on Studio Alley.
We're actually just going to talk another episode about 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
Yeah.
I can talk about it now.
Yeah, you can. How many tiers does this show get? 7 out of 10.
Welcome, everybody, to Studio Alley. Welcome once again to our entertainment podcast where we talk about movies, and streaming movies sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yes. I am your host, John. With me is my co-host,
Josh, what's up, people?
David.
Yeah.
People.
That's it?
David,
You
people.
don't have a thing to throw in, Mac? Like,
Throw in
David? Like,
Yeah, boy!
yeah. Like,
It's David Dave in his house!
You
You're
have
much
something.
taller than that person.
I am.
Studio Alley is our entertainment podcast where we also do our reviews because we like to see movies for us and for you, but mostly for us.
Yeah.
So, we're your average guys. We're normal guys. We're you. We're you. Just missing the beer bellies. But give us time. We're working on it. Right?
John's working on it.
I'm working on it.
I'm kidding.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, everyone's talking about it's been out a couple of weeks now. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is out at theaters now. The return, everyone's favorite characters, Rocket returns, Groot returns as Baby Groot.
Yeah.
Babe. Is he really a baby, though?
He's like toddler.
He's toddler
Groot.
Groot.
He's Tyler Groot.
Tyler
He's
Groot
not
sounds
baby.
cute.
Why do we keep calling him Baby Groot?
Because they called when he was a baby, they called him Baby Groot, and they just carried it over.
But he's not, though.
Yeah. Well, he's technically, yeah. I don't know.
No, it's like that's like saying the
Tyler
tadpole is evolved into a frog, but let's keep calling it tadpole. What? No, is it what? That makes no sense. But, all right, whatever. And Star-Lord and Gamora and Drax have all returned.
Hey,
With
no, you say it with a little bit more enthusiasm. And Drax?
And
Yeah?
Drax.
Drax, yes.
Drax.
Different Drax, yes.
like
Who
Drax.
has famously huge turds.
He was famous to huge turns.
We learned a lot about Drax this episode.
He has sensitive nipples.
Yes, we learned a lot about it. We learned a lot about everybody in this.
Actually,
this
yeah.
first- yes. So, yeah. Wait, before we start, who was your favorite character in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Comic book wise or movie wise?
Movie-wise, let's just do movies.
Just last movie. Favorite character is Drax.
Is Drax?
In the last movie.
In the first movie, yeah, it was Drax.
Really?
Yeah.
The first movie was Drax?
It was Drax, yeah.
The first movie, too.
Yeah, for just one line alone, won me over as my favorite character. I don't even like Drax in the comic books, I want to emphasize. I thought Drax was kind of an annoying craphead.
He's just a big
He's
strong
just
dummy.
Hulk with cosmic blast in the
Yeah,
comics.
stupid.
In the original comics, not
Right.
contemporary comics. But the line where he said when Rocket explains his culture, they take everything literally.
Right.
So anything you say, it's just gonna go right over his head, and he says
Nothing
goes over my
my
head. My reflexes are too good.
Yeah.
I would just catch
it.
it.
Yeah,
I was
he
like
was
that
laughing.
delivery with such a straight face. I was like, "Yep, you're right. That's
Yeah.
right."
Josh, who's your favorite?
Oh, man. See, I really like Star-Lord in the first one. Peter
Star-Lord's
Quill.
the shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Drax kind of stole the show in the second one, but my heart is probably still with Star-Lord.
I'm with you. I'm with Josh. I really like Star-Lord because I
Was it
kind of...
Gamora?
Yeah, what?
Was it Gamora?
I think Gamora is really hot. So...
Hottest
She's not my
character,
favorite, but she's the hottest one.
Star-Lord, and then number 2 is Gamora.
But I you know what? I think I
Russell.
identify more with Star-Lord because he's just that smart-ass guy who just, kind of
I think
trying to make his way in the galaxy. So,
before we get into this, even in this one, James Gunn's his payoff and jokes is just so good. And I think one of my favorite thing in the first Guardians was at the very end when he fights with the muscle, and the guy just goes Star-Lord, and he just goes finally,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
he's like so excited, like finally
Yeah.
people actually recognize his
Right.
name, and I was
Yep.
like, that's such a good setup because it starts off early where nobody knows his
Yeah.
name, and now he's
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the actual like, oh, I'm infamous now. That's great. And I was like, that's such a good payoff.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So, without having to necessarily say it, it's pretty clear that all three of us have pretty much loved the first Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Is that a safe assumption here?
Yeah.
I think it's maybe safe to say, if you listen to another one of our podcasts,
Oh, shit,
Turbines, that Guardians of the Galaxy is the best Marvel movie in the cinematic universe.
Ooh, really?
Ooh! Ooh! I disagree. It's not my
Ooh.
favorite, but
Sounds like one of those dudes in the Zelda game. Whoa!
So
Beetle.
James,
That's what
so
it
James
is.
Gunn has returned in writing and directing, right? Is that
Yep.
correct? In the second one. So David, Josh, someone explain to me, if I hadn't seen it yet, but I just saw the first one, what can I expect to see in Volume 2?
A lot of pretty things.
so pretty.
A lot
It's
of,
the prettiest.
There's a lot of
Marvel
colors.
movie,
There's
I
a
think.
lot of colors. Yeah.
With, I know. Besides Gamora, what else is in this?
There's Nebula.
Oh yeah, no.
there's. I mean, there's a fair amount of action.
Because you guys were talking pretty, I just thought you
Oh,
were Gamora.
oh, yeah.
So what else are you guys talking
I
about?
went right to Nebula.
Oh, okay.
The gold chick.
Yeah, Aisha. A lot of colorful ladies. But Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a prequel to Infinity War, if you actually follow the continuity a little bit.
Okay.
It takes place within maybe probably the first 6 months of the first film. After their adventure defeating Ronan, spoiler, the good guys won. Groot still hasn't hit maturity, so he's still an infant toddler phase. And the Guardians have this huge heroic reputation, and it seems like they are now kind of heroes for hire. And while on a mission to stop a creature that's in the opening credits, the basilisk, I think they called it, or the something, I can't remember what it's called.
Doesn't
but-
matter.
It was a giant tentacle monster.
Yeah, giant Tentai monster.
Right.
Yeah.
They get hired by this intergalactic Nazis, pretty much, called the Sovereign, a race of perfect human beings.
Yeah.
Their genetic code is perfect. They're
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
Their science is super advanced. And they hired the Guardians to stop this creature from attacking their generators and stealing their batteries for food.
Okay. Yeah.
And through a series of circumstances, things go south with the Sovereign. They get on the run, but they also attract the attention of other enemies and threats and maybe allies from Peter's dad, which is in the trailer, so spoiler for that, who's named Ego,
Yes.
and who also is a
Such
bit
an
mysterious.
Yeah.
And he does have an ego. And the return of the Ravagers, who got cheated out of billions of dollars from the first film.
Yes.
So it's kind of a chase movie a little bit. I think a little bit. Yeah, it's a lot of them on the run.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. Very true.
A lot of people attacking him from multiple angles.
Right.
Oh, and Nebula is in it. Returns.
Yep.
As you
Who's
mentioned.
got some beef with the Guardians since she lost her hand in combat with them last time.
My hand.
Yes.
Sorry.
She's got, and
Well-
it wasn't the pretty one. It's a metal one, so that's all right. If you're gonna lose a hand, it's gonna be that one.
Right.
Probably.
Okay, so that's what we can expect in Volume 2 Guardians. All right. So
General feelings. We'll get into spoilers.
let's get into general basic stuff about this movie. How did this movie flow after all the hype? And there was a lot of hype, especially after the love that we had for the first one. There was a lot of hype for this movie and a lot of expectations. I know I went into the theater with really high expectations, thinking this movie's gonna knock me out of my seat, man. It's gonna blow my socks off. Do we still say that? Do
Blow
people
'em
still say
off.
that? Blow my socks off.
I guess. I usually don't ever walk in theaters with socks.
Oh,
I just go in barefoot.
oh man, that's nasty. But all right.
But how else do you get the extra free popcorn?
Oh,
Yeah, you
but
you Danny Rand in the first
Right.
episode of Iron Fist.
Yes.
Oh.
Jeez. So, all right. So yeah, what were your expectations of this film? First off, let's talk about it. What did you expect? Did you think this movie was going to blow you away, or did you thought it was going to be like, it's the sequel curse?
What do you think, Josh?
Dave just looks at me. My expectations before going in,
Yeah. Before
Yes.
we go in.
I thought that it looked like it was going to be pretty good, but I know better, and I know how sequels go, and I had probably figured it probably wouldn't be as good as the first one. But it still looked like, I definitely wanted to see it after seeing the trailers, though, for sure. So,
David?
My expectations were, I thought the first Guardians was great. It was so surprising. They took a comic book that didn't work and turned it into a great movie. And at the time, I was like, wow, I'm really worried about the Star Wars movie that's going to come out soon because I'm like, it's going to be hard to top this space opera. And the trailers, what I really like about the trailers for Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2 is it doesn't show any of the story. Like, you have no idea what the plot was going to be. You just see gold people, Ego's in it. There's this girl named Mantis that can read emotions. There's some really good jokes, and Groot's a baby. But really, you don't really know what's going to happen in this movie, which is, I think, a plus. Because most of we saw the trailers for Spider-Man Homecoming. I feel like I saw the movie already. I know what's going to happen. Like, beat by beat, what's going to happen. Even the action set pieces. This one, I didn't know what was going to happen, and I think that was kind of a plus. My expectations were not super high. I try to keep my expectations kind of low, mainly after I got burned so bad by Suicide Squad.
Super burn. Deep.
But
Third
I was
grade.
just hoping, because not all of Marvel sequels are great. Thor: The Dark World, Iron Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them get heavy with the sequelitis. I didn't know if they were going to try to recreate what they did in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's going to be like another Infinity Stone and same thing and like it's just going to hit the same beats over and over again, maybe with a new character, and that's it. But yeah, it didn't do that, so it went in a different direction, which I was happy about.
Yeah, I'm with Josh. I really was really amped about it because I love the first one so much. I went in thinking this is going to be so amazing, but I had my reservations because I was like, oh man, but it's a sequel, and sequels
It's a
are
Marvel
so.
sequel.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man.
It's a good point.
I was really
Dave.
hoping, but I was like, but I was hoping, I was excited, but I was really like, I was nervous. I was really nervous. So, after the movie now, did it live up to your expectations?
I'm still kind of processing it a little bit.
Right.
I really like this movie. I thought it was really, really good. Of the Marvel movie sequels, I think it is in the higher tier of the movies. Is it my favorite Marvel movie? Probably not. There's like a little stuff that I think kind of gets clumsy near the end.
Right.
I think all the character stuff's great. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But as overall, I think it's very good. I think I like the first one more a little bit because this one really doesn't have a plot.
Yeah.
And it sounds like
Totally
I'm
agree.
being negative, and and I think I'm happy that it doesn't have a plot because can you explain the plot to me of Empire Strikes Back?
It's pretty much the same.
It's the same thing. It's literally not a
It's
plot.
just it's
all
not
character.
them actually doing something. It's just like, oh wait, the situation occurred, and we're just happy to be
Which
in the
is
middle.
also a movie where they're on the run.
Right.
And
Yeah. That's
they
true.
go to
Right.
Cloud City, and then
Yeah.
they get attacked, and then it kind of
Yeah.
climaxes into this big Vader moment.
Right.
Dave, that sounds like the plot.
That's yeah. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 it's very much ramping up to something.
Right.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
it's this build up of like I want this, all these characters have their different motivations. They have to put their motivations aside
Yes.
to do the selfless act to be heroes and stop Ronan.
Absolutely. Yeah.
This one is everyone's struggling with their own internal problems, and they're all kind of coming ahead while they're not really battling any. Like, there's just a bunch of stuff going on. It's very Empire Strikes Back. And that's why I'm kind of like, I don't really know where this falls to me on movies and sequels. I think it's a good sequel because it builds upon what was established in the first film, expands on it, doesn't try exactly to replicate what worked good in the first one, but it also kind of stumbles on a few things that I'll admit it's also something that personally bothers me in action films and stuff.
Right.
When I refer to it as CG punching CG. It doesn't ever do anything for me.
Yeah.
It really just, when a CG character punches a CG character, I don't give two shits.
Right.
So, and then that kills the tension and the action for me.
Josh, what do you think? Overall, did it meet your expectations?
To eat my expectations. Well, the thing is, I managed to go on to the movie not with hardly any expectations at all, because I know not to try to get my hopes up for a sequel, get my heart broken. But I mean,
Broke my heart.
yeah, I thought it was a really good sequel. I don't think it's as good as the first one because like mine are more kind of technical type things. Well, yours are too with the CG punching CG. That does kind of get a little bit old, but like I felt like how they meshed the music and stuff is like better done in the first one.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of jokes in the second movie. I think some jokes in the first one may have landed a little bit better. It was a little bit like there was almost maybe a little bit too much of that in the second movie to me. But I thought the action stuff was great. I thought Yondu was great and stuff like that. I actually really liked Yondu in the second movie. I liked him a lot in the first movie too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it was just some small technical things, just maybe not like as much as the first one. It's just like Peter Quill, like he didn't really do too much in that movie, right? Like he just kind of
in the first one or the second
one? The
second one.
He just kind of like flew around, shot. And
he did some major stuff near the end.
But like for the first like 3/4 of the movie.
But then again, same way with him in the first one, because of the characters, he's the weakest. Minus Baby Groot.
Yeah.
In this one, but yeah, he's the normal dude. He's just pretty much a cowboy. He just has 2 guns.
Yeah. My expectations were, like I said, really high. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I don't think it was as good as the first one. And some of the aspects of the film, I'm going to be honest, as much as I enjoyed the film, I was a little disappointed. Okay? And anytime you say you're disappointed, people right away think, oh, you didn't like the movie?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
That's all I'm hearing.
Yeah.
You're saying
that's what people hear right away.
You were going to put something squishy in James Gunn's pillow.
Yeah. Right. People do that. They latch on to the negativity right away. I'm like, no, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I enjoyed it very much. I'm just saying I was a little disappointed because it wasn't as great as my mind and my heart had built it up to be.
Yeah.
But speaking of jokes, but I agree with Josh. One of my problems in the film is the first one had just the right amount of humor and character development and interaction with action and tension. And it was like, to me, it was like the perfect movie. Everything is just perfect. It's just the right amount of everything. The villain was scary enough to be like, oh, he's really a threat. This movie, I just thought, wow, James Gunn said, wow, people really like the jokes. So here's twice as many jokes. And I really think, to me, unfortunately, I was disappointed because I thought there were too many jokes. I think it was an overabundance. You know what I mean? And some of the jokes were unnecessary. They felt forced. Like, I sat there and I was like, oh, that was another joke. Okay. Oh, jeez, another joke. Okay. I didn't feel actually there was hardly any seriousness in the movie at all, except for when the characters started interacting and talking about their past.
Yeah.
And then, but then it was just like a real quick series, and then it's over. It's like, and then here's another joke.
See, to me, like that's what a lot of the movie was to me. It was a lot of humor and a lot of fun, but it was a lot of emotional connection in their relationships.
Right.
And really, this movie, like Empire, it's characters all divided up.
Right.
Like you have
and that's
Rocket.
what bothers me. Yeah.
Really? I thought that was great.
Really?
I didn't like them so divided up because it didn't seem like they were a team anymore. It just seemed like, oh, everybody's on their own little adventure. So to me, it didn't seem like they were a team. You get what I'm saying?
I see your point, but it's one of those things where,
and that's why I didn't feel like there was a threat. So for that part, let me bring that up. That was my other problem with the film was I never got the feeling that there was a serious threat that we have to work to stopping.
The ramping of the
right. Then the first one, it's building up where, we know this guy's bad. He's killing people. He's chasing us trying to get this gem, and we got to decide how we're going to stop him. This one, I never felt there was a real threat the entire movie until we get to the end. The Ravagers show up, and I'm trying not to do too many spoilers, but, Yondu and Rocket and stuff have a situation, with the Ravagers.
Got a situation here.
But, there's such jokes, so to speak. There's such
very much what the Ravagers were in the first.
Yeah, there's such clods that I never felt like I was at any point I was worried. Well, what's gonna happen to Groot and Rocket? I was like, he's escaped 20-something prisons. These guys are complete morons.
Yeah.
I was no fear at all So that was the other problem I have is as far as a villain, I just felt like we're really missing. There's no threat in this whole movie till the very end.
Okay. I think. On the top, this is I'm going to start talking about sequels. What do you think are like the best sequels?
Of all time?
Of all time. I say Empire, Bride of Frankenstein, Aliens.
Aliens is really great.
I like Back to the Future 2 a lot. I know a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't. I like part 3.
See, a lot of people. Fuck you. Part 3 sucked. Back to the Future 2 is great, but I will discard that one because I know I'm the minority. Because
I really like Captain America too.
Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier's good.
And Civil War is part 3 actually, but
right. That was good. Yeah.
But what I like about good sequels like those ones is Aliens in comparison to Alien it's an action movie.
Right.
It's like you have your it's like apples and oranges. Like you enjoyed your apple and they're like, oh, here's an orange. Like, thanks. You really wanted just another apple, but instead they gave you an orange. Same with that's my problem with my problems with Force Awakens is they just gave you another apple. Like, I saw A New Hope. It's good. This is a good apple too, but it's just an apple again.
Right.
I like Empire more, and I like Rogue One a lot.
Right.
Because they didn't give me an apple. They gave me an orange. They gave me something different.
Right.
And I feel like this is also that movie where it gave me something different. I think I agree with you. It does go too far in the comedy. And I think one of my problems with Avengers: Age of Ultron is everybody was funny in that movie. The problem is, I think the difference is in this one, I think the jokes are better. Well, in Age of Ultron, there's a lot of jokes that just miss, and I'm just like, dude. Remember that I think one of the main things that really bugged the hell out of me in Age of Ultron was, remember that it was in the trailer where Captain America grabs the bumper of a car and he can't hold it and it falls off a cliff. It was really striking image to me in the trailer. I was like, oh fuck, Captain America couldn't save that people. He couldn't save everyone. And then you watch the movie, he's not able to hold on to it. It falls. Thor catches it, and then Ultron attacks Captain America, and he punches him before he finished his speech, and he goes, "Ha! I'm sorry, you were saying something?" And I was like, wow, that was really fucking dumb. You just
I don't even remember that.
I was like, you really ruined that sequence. And the editing in the trailer was better in the movie than the movie. And I was like, in this movie there's a lot of jokes, and they pile on a lot. But I thought the jokes were funny, so I was like, it doesn't bother me. Right. I do think it gets a little wacky.
It does.
And it really does. It goes wacky. And,
almost cartoony.
Yeah, almost cartoonish, and that becomes a problem. And I feel like you could probably lose those gags. And it's literally just 1 second gags.
Right.
I'm like, you could just lose this. And yeah, that's my really only problem. And even though I think so, in your comparison to other Marvel sequels, is this more of a Thor: The Dark World, or is this more of a Winter Soldier?
See, that's hard because I really liked Winter Soldier a lot.
I think Winter Soldier.
So I would, unfortunately, but see, that makes it sound so bad because if you listen to other episodes of our podcast, I have said I didn't really like Thor: The Dark World. I really liked it. So for me to say, well, I guess this fits more like Thor: The Dark World makes it sound like I really didn't like this movie.
Yeah.
It's not that I didn't like it. I was just, I just felt like it was missing things.
If the last Marvel movies that came out of. We had Civil War, and we had Doctor Strange, and we had this. How do you feel?
I would say this is the third then.
Third out of those three?
Of those three. And that hurts me because literally Guardians of the Galaxy might be my favorite Marvel movie.
Hey.
The first one.
Yeah.
And the fact for me to say that
your list, it was.
So for me to say that this was, that far behind, as far as being fair. It kind of hurts me, but but again, I have to be honest, I was a little disappointed in it. It's still good. I still laughed a lot. Some of the jokes to me were not necessary. I think some of the jokes repeat themselves, and I thought it was unnecessary to repeat themselves.
Boo, hiss.
The Groot joke, about dancing and freezing, that they repeat that one. The joke about, instead of talking about Kevin Bacon, now we're bringing up another celebrity from the 80s. I was just like,
Hasselhoff.
I was like, really?
That was a joke. The first joke with David Hasselhoff was good, and then when they called back to it again, I was like, you don't need this.
Yeah, it seemed like he went to... I just felt like James Gunn really wanted to do a comedy, wanted to focus more on comedy than anything else in this one. I really got that feeling, and I was just like, eh.
So, did the emotional beats not hit you in this movie?
No,
they hit me.
I thought they were good, because you really get the backstories.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, this movie really tells the
It's an
backstory.
ensembles. It's not just a Star-Lord story.
It's almost, you know what, and for lack of a better explanation, it really almost seems like here's everything we missed kind of thing. You know, everything that you were wondering about the characters in the first one that we weren't able to explain. We're going to explain the backstories in this one real quick.
Okay.
You know, so it seemed like a catching up thing. It was good. I love I love Drax talking about his family. Yeah. There's a great scene with Drax talking about his family. There's a great scene where Nebula pretty much explains tells Gamora why she hates her so much, which I thought was a great scene. I liked them. I
thought it actually made
they just
Nebula
didn't punch
more...
me in the chest. I mean, it didn't make me cry. It wasn't that impactful to me. Even avoiding spoilers. Even when Star-Lord talks about somebody that was my dad this whole time. It was supposed to be a very sentimental scene. I was kind of like, that's sweet.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought that was great.
I thought it was good too.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was good. It just didn't. I think because so many jokes happened right around that same time, I was kind of like, oh, you kind of ruined this moment though with a bunch of jokes. So I'm like, I don't know. It was, it's just, it was like scattered too much pepper scattered everywhere. Sprayed. It's like
totally too different.
Yeah. So I don't know. I liked it though. I gotta keep saying that because people are gonna think I didn't like it. I did like it.
You said you liked it more than Thor: The Dark World. That was your quote.
Yes, I did.
Better than Thor: The Dark World.
Right.
That's what
it's just a picture. Well, that'll be our promo for this episode.
Yeah.
It's just me shrugging my shoulders, going, "Better than Thor: The Dark World." So I don't know. So
yeah. Okay, this or Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or Iron Man 3.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's tough.
I think they're both on the same par.
Okay.
And I liked Iron Man 3 too. So I didn't like Iron Man 3 when I first saw it. Then the more I watched it, the more I realized I liked it. So maybe I just need to watch this.
I don't know if I said this on podcast, but I think it's very true. Is if you're a person who's on the fence about a movie, you're easily swayed into being negative.
Oh yeah.
Really, you're more than actually being positive.
Right.
And I saw the movie. I thought Iron Man 3 it's my favorite Iron Man movie, minus Civil War. Oh. But it's my favorite solo Iron Man film. And I was like really happy about it. And I think you saw it with, I don't know who you saw it with, but you were kind of on the fence about it. Rob was also on the fence about it. And then we talked to Lewis, and Lewis
hated it.
Fucking hated it.
Yes.
And once you get a person who really hates something next to a person who just is lukewarm about it,
you start thinking about what they say.
They pull you down hard.
Yeah.
And you don't really formulate your own opinion until later.
That is very true. Yeah. And then I went back and watched it a couple times. Yeah. I'm like, it's not that bad. And then I realized, okay, this is pretty good.
Pretty good.
And then you start watching more, and then you're like, hey, I like this movie now. Yeah. So yeah.
I think that's one of those things. I'm with you. Honestly, I don't know if I like this more than Doctor Strange. I want to say that I like Iron Man 3 more than this. But I know
that's also your favorite Iron Man movie.
That's also my favorite Iron Man.
So there you go.
So it says something askew with my opinion.
Right.
But I really do like this film a lot. I'm excited to buy it on Blu-ray and look at the Steelbook, and I actually do really want to see it again.
Yeah, it's a buy.
Yeah. A good way for me to describe this film too, though, I thought was like people talk about the first one was about finding a family. Like a lot of people say, the first one's really about finding a family.
Yeah.
To me, this second one is about how family can drive you freaking nuts.
Oh yeah,
that's what it feels like to me, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that's what it is. It's like now they're all together in this one. They've been with each other for a while. They realize what family's like. And after you spend so much time with each other, you start to drive each other nuts. You're like, yeah, I love you, but you're fucking driving me crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I
that's
love you,
but
it's time for me to move out.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to go out way for a trip by myself or something. That's what it felt like. So yeah, that which is a great way for me to say. And in that aspect, I really like that fact because it was very believable for me. You see everybody going at each other's throats. You're like, they don't always get along. I like that aspect of it. I love the character in action. I thought was really good. How did you think Kurt Russell was?
I'm your dad, Pete.
How did you think he was in this film?
I think I feel like we can't talk about him until after into spoilers.
Yeah.
So we all have our opinion on it.
Right.
Good. John thinks it's only slightly better than Thor: The Dark World, which is worse than being punched in the balls.
Yeah.
I think that's how you review it.
Jeez.
No.
I don't know if that harsh. But I thought Kurt Russell's good in it.
Yeah.
That's all. I won't spoil it, but I think he's good in it.
I think we could dive into it. So after this, you got our opinions. We're gonna dive into spoilers.
Spoiler time.
Spoiler: all the Guardians die.
Yeah, right.
What?
Did
not see
shit,
that.
yeah.
Thanos just eradicates all of them with the Soul Gem.
Actually, that's a good point you mentioned that. Did you notice that? I noticed that this movie literally is a standalone movie.
Yeah.
Thanos isn't in it. There's no Infinity Gem in it.
Yep.
It's literally its own standalone movie.
It's expanding upon the universe.
Right, which is kind of cool.
I really like that. Yeah. Honestly, the movies without the Infinity Stones are kind of the best ones. My opinion.
And let me be honest with you.
Except for Guardians 1.
Yeah, Guardians 1 is great, and it has it. And honestly, I think the Infinity Stone is like one of the weaker things in that movie. But but
that's true.
You could have replaced the Infinity Stone with anything. It could have been like a bomb.
MacGuffinium.
Take the stone out, it's a bomb. The movie's still good.
Yeah.
It's just a bomb. We got to get away from.
Yeah.
If
it's just the orb.
Yeah. But you know what's funny too is the fact that when we discovered how to make people look young, we are using it for everything.
Marvel and Disney's just like cranking that shit out.
Right, everybody's gonna be. I felt like I
thought it looked
like
the best
Oprah
in
Winfrey.
this one.
Yeah,
it looked good.
Definitely
This one
looked
was
good.
freaking weird.
Yeah,
he had the
looked
70s hair.
He looked just like Kurt Russell.
Yep.
But I do think the casting of Kurt Russell it's trickery. It's Kurt Russell. Everyone likes Kurt Russell, and you find out, no, he's a fuck. He's a terrible dude.
Which is a nice twist, I guess. Yeah. It's kind of cool to
twist?
see. It's kind of cool to see Kurt Russell play something other than the likable guy that we're all used to seeing, right?
Yeah. The problem is, I feel like you also know this is going to go south. You know?
Yes. You know what? Now that you mentioned, there's another.
You don't know how south it's going to go,
right?
But you're like, there's something suspicious about this.
Maybe that's because, and I'm not trying to pat myself in the back. Maybe because I just figured something out right away while watching the film. Like, the lack of the villain, though, to me, one of the problems I noticed was when they started hanging around him and they were a little suspicious, I immediately figured out, I was like, he's not going to be, like, there was no surprise in me. When it came to, like, oh, surprise, I kind of was like, yeah, there's no real villain in the movie, so it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I knew, like, when it came, I was like, yeah, there's no real villain in the movie. Surprise! What else was he gonna be?
Yeah, it's gonna be him. But
yeah, I mean, so it kind of that was.
Do you think they shouldn't have marketed him in being in the trailer?
I don't think they should have. I don't think they should have. No, I think they should have left him out. They, you know what they should have done? They should have just done his voice.
Oh, so you know that it's Kurt Russell?
You know it's Kurt Russell. You could have just had him come land or something.
It's tricky because the movie, the marketing, they really left it as a mystery, like what's going to happen in this movie. And I feel like if you don't market him, like you really only have so much stuff you can show at all.
Right.
It's tricky.
I mean, maybe you could have showed him. I don't know. I don't know.
Decay.
I don't know. See, but I liked Kurt Russell in this movie. I wish we spent a little bit more time with him explaining why he's evil. That idea of him being I'm an immortal, and he looks at life as only it's you're temporary.
Right.
So it's not that meaningful. I wish they really played up the idea of him being alone. And that's like why he wants to keep Peter around, is because I'm not alone anymore. I'm not just this immortal being that's gonna live forever, but everything I touch dies, and I wish they played that idea more.
Maybe more was it relatable?
Yeah, more sympathetic.
Sympathetic.
Yeah, like, because to me, I didn't think you needed the whole plot with the flower bombs. Like, he was gonna absorb like, honestly, you just don't have that, and have the fact that he's been abducting children and testing to see if they have the celestial gene, and then slaughtering them. I'm like, that's already bad guy enough.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Can I just add a little spoiler here?
We're in the spoiler section.
Let me just add a little spoiler that I was a little excited and disappointed about. When they started showing Earth and the plant started growing, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, Peter gonna go to Earth? I was like excited. I was like, oh, this is gonna be how it's gonna connect, right? They're gonna make you go to Earth. This is gonna be awesome. And then they didn't even go to Earth. I was like, oh, like, oh man.
Womp womp.
You know, I think
Yeah.
they did that. Is
What?
I think if you're a person like me who like religiously looks up the information that's being filmed and stuff
Right.
like that. Did you see the Simon Williamson, or Simon Williams Film Festival photos?
No.
So there was a scene on Earth where characters are attending a Simon Williams Film Festival. Which, if you're a huge Marvel fan, Simon Williams is Wonder Man. He's a superhero
Oh, okay.
slash actor.
Right.
And there's a bunch of fake movie posters. And I don't know if the Guardians were going to end up going back to Earth in his stinger or whatever. And I'm pretty sure if they were probably dropped that idea is because they're working on the script for Infinity War, and they're like, we're going to include the Guardians this way, so they ended up scrapping it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think like that's why it's like, well, we haven't figured out how the Guardians are going to factor in Infinity War yet, so we probably better not have them show up on Earth yet.
Right.
But yeah, I can understand that.
One of the what I lost my train of thought. What did you? We didn't talk about. What did you think of Mantis?
I thought she was a good addition
Right.
in the film, and the way she plays off of Drax comically, and also that really sweet emotional moment where he's talking about his daughter.
Yeah.
I was like, that's really sweet. And you know, despite the fact that Drax doesn't have like a cool action sequence in the movie,
Yeah.
he's the one who motivates her to actually being a member of the team and then stopping Ego. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
even though he doesn't do anything in the movie, he does something in the
Yeah.
movie.
I think he did that by even like calling her ugly and
Yeah.
hideous.
He's like, you can stop him, ugly, you hideous, horrible person.
How did you like?
I'm nauseous from the thought of having sex.
Right.
Did
How
you
did
make
you
a
like
penis?
Sean Gunn's role as Kraglin, who's normally the onset Rocket, by the way? Did you know
Yeah,
that?
he is the Onside Rocket.
But he also plays Kraglin, the Yandu's second in command kind of guy, or whatever.
Yeah, he had
a more
actually-
expanded role in this one. How
Yeah.
did you like that?
He had one of my favorite jokes in the first movie.
What's that?
Captain's gotta teach stuff.
Yeah.
He says that. He also ad-libbed a line that I think is probably one of the best, probably the best scene in the movie is Peter's speech when he's telling everyone to join the team. We're all gonna die, but we gotta stop Ronan.
Right.
He ad-libbed the line of Rocket going, "I'm standing. We're all standing in a circle like a bunch of jackasses." That was Sean
wasn't
Gunn.
really?
That wasn't in the script. He just threw
Right.
that in there as a joke.
Right.
And they're like, "That's fucking really good."
Right.
They put that in.
Um.
And he's good in here.
I like his expanded role in here.
Yeah.
I really liked his character, and I kind of want to see
Sympathetic.
more of him. Right? Like, spoilers again. I love the scene when he helps Yandu out, and he kind of apologizes to Yandu,
Yeah.
and you feel bad for when he says they killed my friends. I felt bad. Like, it's the whole. Think of it like a political thing. It's kind of like I voted for the wrong guy. I'm sorry. You know, it's like I screwed up, man. I apologize. You know.
And hey, you know, he was justified. Like Yandu.
Yeah.
Yandu wasn't honest on why he wasn't going to hurt Quill.
Yeah.
He's like, "That's my son. I'm not going to kill my kid."
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And he just wasn't honest about it, so he just came across as a weak Ravager leader.
Right.
And really, it's his actual arrogance of child abduction is the reason why their section of the Ravagers were
Right.
excluded from the regular Ravagers.
Yeah.
So Yandu was kind of a fuck up.
Yeah, he was.
bad.
I think he did cross that line of being too soft,
Yeah.
and I think his time with Ravagers was over. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's what it is. A lot of people claim that, like they said, that this movie is actually Yandu's redemption film.
It really is.
Do you buy that? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and did you like it? Did you guys like him being a lot of the focus being on him in this movie?
Oh yeah.
It didn't bother you. It wasn't too much of him. You like?
No, I don't.
No?
I think you thought there was too much.
I think there
Yandu.
was certain parts.
think-
There was a little too much.
I
like,
think you.
Yeah.
I think you were done with Yandu after the first movie, right?
Yeah, I think his story
Yeah.
was told. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So-
I think in this one, I thought it was a cool idea. They really expanded his role, and they hinted the idea that he didn't want to hurt Quill because in a
right.
way it is his kid.
Yeah.
And this one, and there's that real quick shot where it flashes back to Peter when he's a kid, and Yandu's teaching him how to shoot, and I was like, that's such a small glimpse
Right.
and how sweet
Yeah.
that is. And I think the best line in this movie is the Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah.
That
was a
I
great
know
one.
it's a great line, and it's Quill going like, I don't want to tell him the truth that Mary Poppins is a girl.
Right, yeah.
I thought that was really sweet. I thought it was something like I said with
You know what?
Oranges. I didn't expect this, but I'm
Right.
happy I got it. They gave me something I didn't.
Yeah,
expect.
it worked.
Didn't know
Yeah.
what I needed.
Maybe for another podcast, we could talk about what we would change, how we would do things.
Oh.
But one of the things I would have done, what I would have thought would have been kind of neat, is not necessarily have them show up and attack them again. Attack the Guardians of the Galaxy again. Maybe have them straight out do the whole thing where Yondu, you're soft, we're taking over, and Yondu needs help, and then they go to help Yondu, and as they rescue Yondu from the Ravagers, that's when the whole past between them starts to come out. Would have been cool to me. You know what I mean? Instead of like Rocket's on his own adventure with Yondu, and by the way, this, and I think it would have been cool if they would have done that. They go to rescue him, and then they run into Peter's dad on the escape from the Ravagers. I think that would have been kind of cool.
I don't know, but I really like that character arc with Rocket.
Yeah.
You didn't dig that.
Which one? I mean, what part?
His whole arc of the film was he's Yondu. I don't show my emotion. I don't want to show that I care about these people.
No, I like that.
And
though.
he pushes people back.
Yeah, I like that.
And then he there's those sequences where he's like where Yandu's like, well, why are we going to Quill? And he's like, well, I gotta show Quill and rub it in his face that his new daddy's a dick or whatever.
Yeah.
And really, he's just I gotta warn them that they're in danger.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where he shoots Gamora and he's just like, I'm not losing any friends today.
That was a great scene.
Like, there's a lot of stuff. I was like, that's really good.
Yeah.
The thing that's shown in the trailer a lot is the welcome to the friggin' Guardians of the Galaxy. It's actually like he really not only did Peter realize that Yondu's his dad, Rocket really bonded with Yondu in this one.
Yeah, that's true. I like I did like the comedy between Rocket and Peter Quill arguing all the time. It was great.
Oh yeah.
What did he call him?
Trash Panda?
Yeah, and he said, "Is that better?" Oh, no, it's so much worse.
So much worse.
That was so great. I thought it was awesome. So yeah, I like I said, I don't know what else to say. I really enjoyed this movie. I was a little disappointed just because that's me personally, because my hopes were really high. But I really enjoyed the movie. I really did. I just think the movie was really hurting for two things. Too many jokes. It was overabundance of jokes, and I think it was really hurting for a villain. I think I never felt there was a threat.
So you didn't think Ego was an interesting villain?
I thought he was okay, but it would have been great if it was building up. I mean, it was a
Like
villain.
you knew he was a villain earlier?
Yeah, earlier,
Like
and he's
missing
planned.
kids posters and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's cheesy, but I think it would have been awesome if they keep going and they keep hearing about all these kids keep disappearing from these universes, everywhere, and maybe even have them hire the Guardians of the Galaxy. That would have got people involved. Because really, by the end of the movie, it's like we're the Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody realizes they even saved the universe. Nobody knows because nobody knew what the situation was except for the Guardians of the Galaxy at the end of the movie. There was no threat to anybody else. Nobody knew about it. So,
yeah. I don't know. I do like that idea though that whatchamacallit, that Ego didn't give a shit about Peter until he found out that a human was holding an Infinity Stone. And he's like, that one, he's got the Celestial gene. I don't know. I will, and since we're in spoilers, I'll say my complaint was that last action sequence was disappointing.
That was,
it makes sense, like Peter, is the only person able to fight him because he can use celestial powers.
Yeah.
But it's just, it reminded me of? It reminded me of Rise of the Silver Surfer, when the Human Torch got all the powers and he's fighting Dr. Doom. And it's just like, it's just CG mess just hitting each other, and I'm just like, I can't really tell what's going on or whatever. I just wish there was a more interesting visual threat than CG tentacle hitting somebody. And
I hear you. Yeah, I get you. One last question before we start packing it up here. Do you think...
I think we should talk about stingers, but...
Okay, yeah, but hold on. Mantis and Kraglin? Do you think they will be in the third one? Do you think they'll actually part of the group? Do you think Kraglin will too, or he'll be a character they just kind of write off?
I don't know if Kraglin... I think they'll just... I don't know what they'll do with Kraglin.
I really enjoyed his character so much, but I don't know what he would do in the third one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's just Diet Yondu.
And he's basically Diet Star-Lord. He's just a
yeah.
normal guy. He's just like...
Captain's got to teach stuff.
Yeah, what's he going to do? I mean, I don't know.
I want that on his shirt.
But I hate for him just to disappear, Yeah, or I hate for them to just kill him off because they don't know what else to do with him, so he dies.
I don't know if they'll kill him off.
So
they might.
What stingers did you want to talk about?
What do you think about the Watcher showing up in a stinger?
I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought that was
That's
cool.
pretty great.
Yeah, that's actually I want to talk about that. How
With
did
their
you
big
like
old
all
noggins.
the
The 5 stingers.
the extra scenes? Or
Big
whatever.
old
Yeah,
noggins.
they look
Sorry.
super comic book.
Yeah, they did look like with the tiny little eyes.
Yeah. So this confirms that Stan Lee is in fact playing the same person in every movie.
Is that what that was all about? Like, I understand that. I didn't
didn't
read
hear what
those
he said?
articles. I saw the articles online, but I didn't read any of them.
Oh,
But
don't
they're
read that.
saying,
That's bullshit.
yeah, but they're saying that he's the same character all the time.
Did you hear what he said in the movie?
No,
No.
he said that he's explaining that's when I was this person or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that's when I posed as a FedEx guy, referring to Civil War.
right.
Yeah, he was a FedEx guy in Civil War.
Right.
So every character he's in the Marvel universes and outside the Marvel universe, he's a guy that watches what's going on and then he reports to the
So he
Watchers.
said, okay. He's not actually a watcher.
Like,
He's
the theory was that he was a watcher, but in this he's not a watcher. He's an informant to the Watchers.
okay.
Like he's like their assistant. But I was like, that's fun. That's a
yeah,
fun
that's
idea.
a fun little thing. Yeah.
I like the Watchers actually look like the Watchers. That's really cool.
They're big heads, man.
Yeah. What was the other stingers? Oh, Adam Warlock.
Yeah, Adam Warlock. Did that excite you at all? I just like.
In the original draft of this script, the Sovereign didn't send a whole fleet after the Guardians of the Galaxy. They actually sent Adam Warlock.
Oh, really?
But James Gunn was like, "That's too many characters. It's too many. You gotta."
Yeah.
So he cut him, and he's like, "Well, I'll use Adam Warlock in the third film then instead."
Yeah.
So that's cool. I was like, I think that's a smarter thing to do than try to introduce another character. Just too many people.
Right.
Adam Warlock is very much a good guy, so he's probably gonna end up attacking the Guardians and then switching sides. So everyone's like, oh, Adam Warlock's gonna be the bad guy in the next movie. I'm like, he's not gonna be the bad guy. He's gonna be a new addition to the team, but who the bad guys are? I don't know. James Gunn likes using real obscure Marvel, so
Can I tell you something about the bat that? Well, can I tell you guys something that you guys will probably start throwing eggs at me?
I'm gonna throw eggs.
When they said Adam Warlock, I was like, I'd be really excited about this scene if he was going to be in Infinity War. He's not, so I was literally like, who cares? I don't care. I'm sorry, I was.
Oh, you're such a nerd.
Because
Yeah.
he's not going to be part of the main movie, which is one everybody wants to see, the big show where he's not going to be part of it. I was kind of like, big deal.
You don't know that he's not going to be part of
They
it.
might-
They might.
it could be a
throw
Did
surprise.
you hear
maybe
what the
it's-
rumor is that
What?
Avengers in the sequel to Infinity War is going to be called Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, it's like reversed. What does that mean?
So my guess is Infinity War is Thanos coming down, getting the gems,
Right,
and then the Gauntlet is them going after him.
right.
So he might be in Gauntlet, he just won't be in Infinity War.
Okay. If that's
Which-
the case, then it adds value to
Yeah.
the scene. Otherwise, it did nothing to me.
Yeah.
And the other scene, I didn't think that was that great. Everybody thought it was funny. The Teenage Groot scene, I thought it was a forced joke, and I thought, him walking in and going,
Aw.
pick up your vines. Blah. Now I know how Yondu feels. He's like, oh, Groot. I was like, he's a teenager.
You,
I get
know
it.
what, you know why that's there, right?
Why?
Why there's going to be a grown-up Groot in Infinity War, probably.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to put something in this so people aren't like, why isn't he a baby anymore?
Yeah. I got it. He was a teenager now. He was playing a video game. He was like a regular teenager. I was just like, it was an unnecessary joke. I was like,
Aw. I
So
did.
those two
I
there,
did
those two
bother
scenes
me.
to me, I was just like, this Adam Warlock and that one, I was kind of like, and nothing. It did nothing for me. I was like,
What else was in there?
what was the other one? Brain fart. Everybody, we're frozen
I
here.
don't know, I like the Adam Warlock one. I like Stan Lee as a Watcher.
That was a good one, yeah.
The fuck.
Oh, I remember what it was. Sylvester Stallone talking to the original
Oh,
Guardians of
the
the Galaxy.
Guardians.
Oh, the original one, yeah.
I don't care about the original Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
They
I
look
wasn't
cool.
that. I was kind of like, with that too. See? So, you know what? This might be the first Marvel movie that I wasn't really that, like, they were alright.
The Stingers?
Yeah, I was
Oh
kind of like,
no, there's a movie that had a far worse stinger.
Which one?
Age of Ultron.
What was it?
There you go. Exactly.
I don't remember what
Fuck
it was.
that stinger. That's
What
your
was it?
shit.
You
You don't remember it?
No, what was
It
it?
was Thanos putting on a glove and going,
Oh.
I'll do it myself.
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like,
pretty stupid too.
awful.
Completely wasteful. Yeah.
But you also hated the original Guardians stinger.
I don't remember that one.
What was it?
You don't remember it? It was Howard
No.
the Duck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I liked it. After...
You were like, boo!
No, I thought it was dumb, but I was like, after a while, I was like, yeah, it's funny. It adds no value to anything, but I was like, it's funny. but
His
I like
initial
it.
reaction was he didn't like it.
Yeah, because I remember you saw the
Yeah.
movie before I saw it, and you're like, "This." I was like, "What was the stinger?"
Because you know why? At
you
the
don't like
time,
that,
I was like, no. At the time, I was like, I thought the stingers would add value to something. That's
Oh.
what I used to think. Now I realized, no, they're not.
Depending
They're
on the
mostly
directors,
jokes. Yeah, most of them are just jokes and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
think about it, the after the first Avengers too.
Shawarma.
It was just shawarma. Like
Which
it
was a
had
good
no,
gag.
which I thought was a funny gag. But I thought the rest of them were like they would add value to something. They would add, a lot of them don't. Now I realize. Now I'm like, okay. All right.
I wasn't a big fan of the stingers are kind of an iffy thing to me because a lot of times they're kind of not good.
No.
Like they're fun, but they're just like this is kind of dumb. I didn't like the Civil War stingers too much.
Which was what?
It was Black Panther.
Oh
Freezing,
yeah.
Bucky and
No, that one didn't bother me because it made see that to me again that added value. I thought, okay, this
Yeah.
is gonna be something that has to do with the Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
That's why. So I was like, okay, that one's.
and
that one's
I like Spider-Man, but I was like, I know Spider-Man's getting a movie. I don't have to see a stinger of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I did like the joke of him saying Steve's friend was huge, or whatever. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
And Marissa, anytime you see Marissa Tomei is good too. But
yeah, exactly.
yeah, I don't remember what the other. Yeah, the original Guardians. I don't give two shits about.
Yeah,
What they do.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
Sylvester
interesting.
Stallone.
You know, they'll show up in the third movie, and that's
Yeah.
they'll all die.
Was that the whole Miley Cyrus thing?
Yeah, she's mainframe.
Yeah, I just,
Which one's
everybody was.
mainframe?
It was like a little computer box.
Yeah,
was like a
that's
droid
good.
on the
I
Yeah.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, literally,
Big
like, they all
Range was
have-
a big guy.
He was Charlie 27 or something.
Okay. Was he supposed to be Charlie?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
And the one alien had the same powers as Doctor Strange.
yeah.
I noticed that. Yeah, like cool. It's another wizard.
It's
Yeah.
a wizard in
It
space.
was his face.
Space wizard.
All right, so overall, what'd you think? So overall, is this a must see? Go see it in theaters now. Wait for it to stream, or just avoid it.
Oh, I'm probably gonna see it in theaters again. I liked it.
So
a
you're
lot.
saying see? Okay.
I think I liked it the most out of all three of us.
Yeah, Josh.
I think you probably did like the most. I'd say yeah, see it in theaters. Dave and I over here actually got really lucky. We managed to score Saturday matinee or something.
Yeah.
really.
We saw it for like $6.50.
$6.50?
What? And
So-
AMC Movie Co.
It was awesome.
Really?
The seats are great. Yeah, I really like the little making fun of a true story here. But yeah, like I got up and bought my ticket. I was like, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 5:30, and she's like 6:50.
And
I was
like,
like-
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was like, no, 5:50. What? 5:15? She's like 6:50, dumbass. Like, yeah. I'm like, wait, why would it? Why?
I saw
Yeah.
him like having taken it back. He's like, wait. What?
Yeah, I was shocked.
No, this
'cause
one.
I am in the mindset
Why?
of spending $12 a movie ticket.
Why? Why was she giving you?
Because she thought I was retarded. Like, she didn't say dumbass or anything like
Right.
that. But her tone was like, it's $6.50. Like, your ticket's $6.50. I'm like, why?
because we didn't know.
We didn't expect it to be $6.50.
But
What
why
is-
was it $6.50?
Because it was
Well,
probably
'cause it's
Saturday
just movie
matinee.
co. Yeah, I guess it was a matinee.
5:30. I thought that was after matinee.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, I thought it
unless
was too.
because they don't have the recliners chairs. So they
Oh.
probably dropped their price a little bit to get more people to come in.
Who knows?
And I like the recliner chairs, but you can't put your arm around a lady with those.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He's saying because they can't lift up the
Yeah, you
the
can't
car.
lift the thing. So
But-
I couldn't cuddle with Josh.
Yeah,
No,
but
I got you.
no cuddling. But yeah, that was a pleasant surprise. The 650.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I say if you really like the first movie, yeah, you should definitely see it in theaters. Go for it.
Yeah, I will say the same thing. I was a little disappointed, but I still enjoyed it. So I think if you like the first one, definitely see this. I actually know one or two people who actually aren't that crazy about the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
There's a lot of people there.
So
Those people
I'm like,
probably could wait till rental or something.
yeah, I'm just like, just wait then. If you really didn't like the first one that much, there's no reason to rush out and see it. But if you love the first one, I think you should see it. It's worth seeing, especially the landscapes and stuff they do. It's got to be pretty cool on the screen, big screen. So. All right, what do you guys think of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? Let us know. David, how can they let us know?
Well, you can just scroll down because you're watching this on YouTube. You could just write down there a little
Down here,
The
yeah.
comments.
Yeah, right in the comment section and like and subscribe.
Like, yeah.
do all that shit.
All that important,
Yeah.
And you can listen to our whole analysis of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, listing our favorite movies and such
Yeah,
on our Story Mechanics podcast.
absolutely, yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
that's before this movie came out, by the way. So it's
Yeah.
14 Marvel
14
movies
movies.
analyzed.
Yep.
14.
Because this would be number one.
No.
And I just want to reiterate too, though, that a lot of times we do our reviews a week after the movie's been out for a week because I like to avoid that idea of I just saw the movie, let me give a review, and then you sit and you think about it a week, you're like, oh, well, I totally disagree with that.
I like to stew on it a bit.
I completely disagree with my review of Age of Ultron.
Yeah, see, so I like to.
I do think Age of Ultron's good, but
I like to let the film after we see it. You know, you sit and you let it stew for a week and you think about it. So that way, when it comes time for us to give the reviews, we've thought about it, and you know, we're not just caught in by the magic. The magic. You know, the Anna Joy Taylor.
Oh yes.
So, all right, everybody.
As long as it's not the Magic Mike.
You can also hit us up on Twitter.
Yes, the Twitter.
I am Geek.
Yes, you are.
And I'm that huge hamburger.
And I'm a Lucky Pueblo.
You can also contact us on our Facebook. Take it, Josh.
Is that Story Mechanics Podcast?
Yes. And you can also
Facebook.
send us an email at storymechanicscast@gmail.com.
All
That's
right.
right.
I think that's everything.
Word.
I do have one final comment though. So, do you think like that weird alien goop on Earth that gets sprouted from that plant? Do you think like the Shield and like the Avengers are gonna comment? Oh yeah, that happened. What was up with that?
What was up with that? Yeah, that weird.
Do you think they're gonna ever reference that?
No, I think
I think Tony and Steve were punching each other in the face real hard while that was going on.
They're like, oh, it's completely flew under the radar.
You hear that noise outside? No. Okay.
Yeah. Screw you, Tony. Your dad was a dick.
All right. Well, I was just curious. 'Cause I'm like,
I think they might reference it.
You think so? I'd like to see them, but sometimes things get lost. They just forget about it. They just blow it off.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid it might get blown off. So.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a great reference for Captain America and Star-Lord to talk about it, or something to be funny.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, we saved that Dairy Queen.
Yeah, and he's like, you saved the what? You know that's purple stuff? That was you guys that stopped that thing?
Well, it's kind of my dad, but yeah.
Yeah.
Your dad is purple goo?
Yeah, right.
Now.
All right, any closing arguments, David?
No.
Any closing thoughts?
By Dark World.
It's in the middle for me, Marvel movie-wise. But that's good. That's actually really good. So.
Thank you for all who support us and listen to us. Pass us on. Get your friends to listen to us. Don't forget you can listen to our older episodes on SoundCloud and now on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
So,
I'm loading up the archive. It takes 2 hours a night to do it.
It'll come.
Such
right?
late nights.
Hey, relax. Don't do it when you want to
go
get
through
to
it.
Right?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Is
whatever.
it get to it or get through it?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just the most important line is just when you want to come. That's all.
Yeah.
Did you make a penis? Yes, I did.
Yes, I did make a penis.
It makes so much weird shit.
Right.
I love that line.
So, all right.
Good
See ya.
Good night.